The sweet sounds of country roads welcoming West Virginia home after almost a month on the road. It is homecoming in Morgantown, where Rich Rodriguez and his squad are 2-1. You are watching college football and the Big 12 on ESPN. TCU doing a Texas two-step into West Virginia to face the Mountaineers in a high-stakes conference clash. The Horned Frogs clinging to life as far as Big 12 title contention is concerned, but look at that remaining schedule. It is brutal. They can ill afford a slip-up on the road today. Welcome inside, everybody. He is the scouting guru, Craig Halbert. I'm Pete Souza, and we are so excited to welcome you to Morgantown, West Virginia. Craig, we talked about it off the top. West Virginia has an opportunity, TCU has an opportunity against West Virginia today. They can't let it slip.
Yeah, TCU, if we're being honest, is the better team. Should win this game tonight, but college football Saturdays are littered with woulda, coulda, shouldas. And if you go back a little over a year ago, they were in a similar situation, facing a 1-4 Houston team 1 week out before the bye and having a tough schedule. Beyond that, they lost that game. We're -4 in a turnover margin. Sonny Dykes knows his team cannot take West Virginia lightly, needs to take care of business.
The key to cleaning up the turnovers and TCU's shot at Arlington in a title matchup is this guy right here, Josh Hoover.
Yeah, Josh Hoover is one of the most talented quarterbacks in all of college football. Throws a pretty ball and has one of the quickest releases. When he takes care of the football, Pete, he is difficult to stop.
Now, I mentioned West Virginia's 2-1 at home. They are losers of 4 straight. Over the course of those games, they have played 4 different starting quarterbacks. Everybody but Chad Powers has had a shot under center, but tonight it is Scotty Fox Jr., his second start of the season. Last week, he became only the second freshman to start at West Virginia since 1952.
Yeah, the quarterback position at West Virginia has been a pencil, not a pen type endeavor, but potentially the future starts tonight with their 2025 signee, Scotty Fox. Only 25 attempts in his college career, more interceptions than touchdowns, but he has a strong arm, is a good athlete, and is a tough kid. They'll need him to step up tonight.
A great crowd here in Morgantown. TCU won the toss. They elected to defer. So the Mountaineers and their offense will take the field first. 52 degrees here in West Virginia tonight. Coldest temperature TCU has played in since last December. Short kick, taken at the 5. Cam Vaughn is hammered at the 20-yard line. Flag is down. We will hear from our official, Kevin Marr, probably earlier than the head coaches wanted to. Still sorting it out, and here we go.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 15, 10-yard penalty, first down.
West Virginia has got off to a series of slow starts, and that does not help the freshman Scotty Fox and the offense's cause. You see Fox there, a 3-star freshman. You mentioned a high 3-star freshman, Craig.
Yeah, he was a really nice pickup. Listen, he's got a strong arm, he's got the talent, but
quick pitch off the start.
Nothing ever replaces experience, though, and that's what he's still trying to get.
Now here we see pacing from West Virginia. Whether they pass or run, after a completion or a short gain or a long gain, they will keep it going. Fox swings it to the right side, juggled by Vaughn, incomplete.
And this is where they need to help the young quarterback. And going back and watching their game last week, too many drops. These receivers, when you've got a young quarterback, you've got to get that done. The ball was right there, Pete, on his hand. You got to help a young quarterback get confidence. Everybody's got to pull their weight when you're struggling at the quarterback position and you have a young player back there.
3rd and 6 for Scotty Fox and the Mountaineers. Feeling the pressure. Pocket collapsing. Sacked. Fox was sacked 4 times in the first quarter last week against UCF, and that was Ansel Denba getting to him early.
Yeah, I feel like TCU feels like they can get there with just 4 as they do here. You see the pressure, they just squeeze the pocket around the young freshman, nowhere to go. And you go back to that second down play, it probably would have been a first or a third and short, changes the dynamic of this early drive.
And here is Oliver Straw, the Australian, into punt. Good look at Jordan Dwyer, waiting back at just the 45-yard line of TCU. Dwyer calling for a fair catch just inside the 50. 38-yard punt. And TCU will start with some real good-looking real estate. And there's a good-looking quarterback right there. Josh Hoover was very patient. The 2022 season basically had an opportunity to learn behind Max Duggan on a team that went to the national championship. Injuries brought an opportunity for him in 2023. Last year, he rewrote the record book at TCU, and he's keeping the same thing going this year.
Yeah, as I said at the top, you watch him, Pete, and there's not many quarterbacks in college football with a prettier release than what Josh Hoover has. That ball just pops off his hand.
We were talking to Sonny Dykes. He compared it to Troy Aikman. Said it comes out the same way every time.
High praise.
Motion pre-snap. Quick pitch and catch. And another big game, Major Everhart. Kendall Briles, offensive coordinator for TCU, said he wanted to get him involved, and you see it right there.
Yeah, they brought some pressure right away, but again, he processes so quickly. He sees the pressure off the edge, and he's just going to quickly drop it down to Everhart.
26-yard game, the 3rd straight game West Virginia hasn't allowed an explosive on the first play from scrimmage. Hoover, plenty of time. In and out of the hands of Eric McAllister. He was looking over his shoulder as Fred Perry was bearing down.
That was a little bit of a problem for them in that loss against Kansas State, was drops. And talked about, we saw it with West Virginia on their first drive receivers. 2 catchable passes. This time TCU counters with a drop of their own.
Kavorian Barnes aligned to the left of Josh Hoover. He has been banged up, and it looks like we got a false start on the Horned Frogs.
Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And another explosive we started the game off with. Now 92 completions of 20 yards or more. That's the most in the FBS over the last 2 seasons, correct?
Yeah, they've got an offense that could certainly move the football, but you come off that drop and then the procedure, lose a little momentum.
Right into the teeth of the defense. Barnes bangs his way to positive yardage. We'll bring up a 3rd down here in Morgantown.
Just getting the big man Barnes downhill. He's coming off a really strong game a week ago, running physical. They'd love to get him back going. They know as this season unfolds, they need to be able to run the ball better on the road especially. 25
carries for 106 yards last week for Barnes against Baylor. Hoover diagnoses the defense and changes things up. DJ Rogers, the tight end, motions into wingback. Crowd engaged. Hoover sees daylight, tucks and runs, and is hammered. Carrico on the stop, the former Ohio State Buckeye. Fred Perry also involved, 4th down.
Don't see Hoover running much, but they're going to put him on the move here. And he took a shot right to the head. Now, you got to remember, he was running. He's not defenseless in that part as a quarterback. Yeah, like a heat-seeking missile, Fred Perry with 300 career tackles. Showing off his physicality there as Nate McCaslin is on to attempt just his 4th field goal of the season. Kyle Lemmerman injured early on. This one will be 35 yards. Kick is up and good. So that breaks the scoring drought for TCU over the course of the last 3 games in the first quarter where they were held scoreless. Horned Frogs and Sonny Dykes up early.
So there's Josh Hoover receiving some assistance on the sideline after getting his bell rung by Fred Perry. And Craig, you broke it down for us as we get another look. This was not targeting.
Yeah, you got to remember, once Hoover decides to tuck the football and run, he's no longer defenseless, so that means it would have to be with the crown of the helmet. And as you see Perry come in, he leads with the shoulder, and he does hit him around the head and the neck, but not a defensive player, not with the crown of the helmet, and that's why the officials, there were no penalties down on that.
Coach Rodriguez told us yesterday that Sonny Dykes and his quarterback, specifically talking about Hoover, in his third season as a starter, he's kind of seen everything about 2 times at this point. I can guarantee he hadn't seen that yet, punished by Fred Perry.
Doesn't want to see that.
Neither do we. And there is Coach Rich Rodriguez. Big night for him. It is a coal rush here at West Virginia where they salute the coal miners and this culture, this grit and this toughness in West Virginia. His second stint as head coach of the Mountaineers, son of a coal miner, grandfather a coal miner, brother a coal miner. He knows what this culture and toughness is about. Gallagher on the jet sweep, gang tackled and stood up right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much of college football is community, and Rich Rodriguez, I mean, literally grew up kind of a part of this community, and to see him back here and now to have kind of this special night, it adds some emphasis.
Quick pass batted down by Devin Deal. He is chaos and cleats. Knocked down 2 passes last week.
Yeah, if you looked at his stat line from a week ago, it was not that impressive. But if you watched it tape, he was just creating all type of havoc, and great job. Eyes, can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. He does just that.
Tempo from West Virginia. Barrick, the West Virginia native, pulls it down, brings up 4th and very short. Mountaineers look like they'll go for it. Tush-push situation potentially. Potential turnover on downs.
It's going to be close.
The Horned Frogs say they stopped him. Officials will have to sort it out. Gutsy call by Rich Rodriguez. Does not work in the Mountaineers' favor.
I mean, listen, I'm not mad at the call, but they just did not get enough push underneath. Fox tried to go over the top, and the problem with that, the call was so crucial, Pete, because there's nothing there you're going to see to change that.
So last drive, TCU started at their 45, West Virginia's, and now here you go at the 35-yard line. Josh Hoover back out there. Good to see, unless you're a West Virginia fan.
See if they treat this almost like a sudden change, try to take a shot right here, right up the top.
Pistol formation. Quick pitch. Trent Battle had a big touchdown, 65-yarder last week. Is knocked down behind the time of scrimmage. Jordan Walker got him, but a flag's down. Holding on the Horned Frogs.
Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Second infraction on the TCU offense early on tonight.
Still operating in plus territory, but now obviously putting themselves way behind the chains.
Hoover stands at midfield. Battle gets another crack at it and is stacked up once again.
Early on, West Virginia here showing some of that coal miner spirit and toughness against the run.
Play fake. Hoover looks right, throws left. In the area of Jordan Dwyer, who was turned around, 3rd and very long.
Gets good protection here. A chance to take that shot downfield, but nice job there on the coverage. And I think if you're TCU here, where you're at in the field, you just want to get at least 10, 11 yards. Give yourself a chance to potentially go for it again on 4th down, because you're kind of in no man's land. You don't need to pick this all up here.
And your field goal kicker has yet to make one of over 40 yards. Talking about Nate McCaslin. Hoover, pressure, escapes it, rolls right. A dart in and out of the hands of Major Everhart. And a huge stop for the Mountaineers defense.
Well, you get him in a 3rd and long, you get to bring a little bit of pressure, and that's what West Virginia does. And Hoover becomes much less effective when he is on the move. You see there, it looks like they're going to get him in a pocket. He's able to get outside, but nice job in coverage. They all stay on their man. He tries to rifle one in there, but nice job. Wonderfully executed by West Virginia there on defense, which all started, though, with the penalty that TCU inflicted on themselves.
Preston Fox was deep and gives way to it. Caroms into the end zone, and we've got a touchback. Mountaineers and their offense take the field, looking to get on the board. Gorgeous night in Morgantown. TCU up 3-0 early. Had the opportunity to talk to both of these coaches this week, and roster construction was a serious topic of discussion, Craig. And real cool to hear Rich Rodriguez talk about maybe getting back to the roots here, high school recruiting around the country.
Yeah, but you have to kind of play with the cards you're dealt coming in and taking that job. I mean, they lost their top 9 offensive linemen. I'm sure he would much rather have the offensive line that he built within the program, but you need an offensive line, so he had to go work the portal to do it. You see the numbers, and listen, within their 2 deep, 32 transfers, 15 on defense, 17 on offense. So this is really a program that he had to very quickly rebuild to try to get through this 25 season.
Hubbard. Jets around the edge, showing off that burst, wrapped up after a short game. Conversely, Sonny Dykes, look at that, 15 transfers as compared to the 60 we just saw from West Virginia.
Well, he's been there a few years. They have a national title appearance under their belt. They've had more to work with.
Scotty Fox, the freshman from Mender, Ohio. Short pitch and catch, thrown to the ground is Jeff Weimer.
And real quick, though, too, TCU is also in Texas. Texas is one of the big four states, along with Florida, California, and Georgia, in terms of depth of talent. So he can walk out outside of his porch, throw a rock, and probably find a guy who's a pretty decent football player.
Look forward to talking more of that at halftime with the Sultan of Scout, Craig Hallberg. We're going to talk about building a college roster.
Got to get that on my business card. Sultan.
Hubbard again spins back towards the middle of the field, is thrown down. Caleb Elarms-Orr, who's been a tackling machine, had 15 tackles last week.
There's a little toss, nice block, at least putting them themselves here in a manageable situation. And you know, I wouldn't have been mad if at least here, you line up, see if you get a freebie. TCU's had some penalties early, maybe see if you draw them. But I understand his defense has responded, talking about West Virginia, and not to put their backs against the wall again if they don't pick that up. They did fake one last week on punt.
Yeah, that was courtesy of Oliver Straw, who we see bang it away there. Had a 61-yard punt last week. This one, the exact opposite. Takes a TCU bounce, and for the third straight drive after a 23-yard punt, the Horned Frogs will start off in West Virginia territory. Josh Hoover, 21 touchdown passes. And by the way, these two gentlemen have already played today. So Josh Hoover still has a shot to go ahead and compete with these boys.
Yeah, well, him and Sora Robinson did battle a week ago. And Mendoza, who's just doing an outstanding job. That's pretty good company. So, as you mentioned here, Hoover's behind, but just starting his night of work.
The Big 12 has some great quarterbacks. We just saw two of them. Hoover down the field. Penalty flag is down. One was behind the line of scrimmage. You can guess why that other one came in right there. Intended for Jordan Dwyer, who had 7 receptions and 111 yards last week.
One on each team. Illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield offense. Pass interference, defense number 3. Those fouls offset. Replay first down.
Let's show you what pass interference looks like.
Going downfield, and what it looks like is a pretty significant tug there at the end. You see, just pull him down.
Michael Coates in coverage.
But again, another just procedural by TCU as well, like continuing to hurt themselves here early in this game, and cannot squander another opportunity starting a drive in plus territory.
The Mountaineers have bent but not broken so far. Trent Battle is broken right there. Eddie Kelly.
Eddie Kelly, a player, one of the better get-offs. You see him right there at the bottom. Watch, he just works down the line. He starts on the edge. He's able to kind of gain leverage, work his way down the line. Should be excited. Nice play there.
6'5", 290, and quick as a cat. Play fake. McAllister, he can go. Dragging tacklers with him in space to a first down, 14-yard gain.
McAllister looking a little bit like Barnes there with that tough running. A little bit of misdirection, going to get action going one way. Off of that, the screen back the other way. You see all the purple downfield blocking, and then to McAllister finishing it off with some tough running of his own.
You know, Rich Rodriguez mentioned in his press conference on Tuesday this week, maybe the effort wasn't similar to what he's seen all season long in Orlando at UCF. Tonight, West Virginia going 100 miles an hour. And McAllister has it in overdrive these last 2 plays, another 14-yard gain.
And you say, why do I think that Hoover throws one of the prettiest footballs in college football? He put that, there was good coverage there. He put it only where McAllister could get it, right at the outside. That was a beautiful throw.
21.5 yards a catch. Second in the FBS for McAllister. Battle, the battle axe. Another first down. Third straight play, third straight first down. That one 12 yards.
And Battle, who really could be a nice compliment to Barnes.
Battle again. Quickly thrown to the turf by Curtis Jones.
Trying to, you see, working up, trying to work it inside. A great job coming off the edge by his sophomore Jones, who was active a week ago for them defensively. There's some pieces here on this team to build off.
Yeah, Jones was all over the field. A total menace last week against UCF and 2 weeks before at BYU. Second and goal from the 10 for Hoover and the Horned Frogs. Empty backfield. Where else would you rather go? McAllister takes 4 guys to bring him down. 9-yard gain.
He's been a pivotal piece on this drive, just hitting him there on a slant. West Virginia's been tough against the run. Can they get a stop here?
Battle. Touchdown. Seven plays, just over 50 yards in about 3 minutes. And TCU will look to take this advantage to double digits.
What appropriate name for a goal line run. Battle, right? He gets in there, gets low. He came in like the hammer there. Pushed that defender right past the goal line.
Efficient drive for TCU. Battle, like we mentioned, had a touchdown last week against Baylor. That was a 65-yard fireworks display. He's done it with grit on this drive. As for Josh Hoover, 3 of 3 on the drive for 36 yards.
McAllister been a big part of it. Battle, part of those players that the program was built through, signed in the 21 class.
So Josh Hoover, 3 of 3 on the drive. All 3 completions go to Eric McAllister, but they cap the drive off with some physicality and pop. 10-0 TCU. An amazing atmosphere here tonight in Morgantown for a coal rush, representing the city and the state. But right now, TCU ahead 10-0, and Craig, you mentioned it during the break. West Virginia just has to get a first down here.
Yeah, they got to sustain a drive. Talking with Rich Rodriguez yesterday, he said, we just need to keep the other defense on. They're not getting tired, and we got to help our own defense out. Obviously, the big goal is to get points, but they've got to put together a few first downs, keep the offense on the field a little bit.
And we saw TCU scoring points again for the 415th straight game. That leads all of college football. Scotty Fox back onto the field. 2 of 4 for 11 yards. 18 total yards of offense for the Mountaineers. Hubbard finds a crease. Is upended after a big gain of 7 yards. Kylan Jackson takes him down.
There you go. Nice first down play.
Tempo. Hubbard wrapped up close to the line of scrimmage by Marcus Deal. Devin also in on the deal.
Yeah, Deal was the first one there to kind of get some penetration and just kind of do a nice job blowing that play up, and yeah, I'm giving him any positive yardage. Big third down here to try to move those chains.
Empty backfield. Coach Andy Avalos, defensive coordinator for TCU, said, watch the draw on plays like this. They were ready for it there. Denba shuts it down personally.
Mentioned you're going to get upfield here. Fox just tries to go tonight. Great job getting off the foot block there.
And nerves of steel. West Virginia goes for it again on 4th down deep in their own territory. This time they come through and the crowd loves it. Quick pass, Gallagher in space. And wrapped up right there by Bud Clark, the elder statesman.
So a little bit of a check mark there, going for it on 4th, and becoming a little bit of Groundhog Day, getting into 4th and short. That time they pick it up, keep this drive alive.
Fox darts right, throws right. And another big game, Ryan Ward, his second catch of the season, 17 yards.
This time, getting Fox on the move a little bit. A 2-pass option, goes to the second level. Nice read by the young quarterback. Nice throw.
Some momentum for the Mountaineers. Fox is gobbled up right away by Devin Deal. Fox, sprint out right again. Gallagher smacked to the turf around the 40-yard line. More positive yardage, 7 yards that time.
Yeah,
Elarm Zor on the stop.
Yeah, very similar to 2 snaps ago, just putting Fox on the move, giving him a low and a high option here. See one receiver, it's going to break off. You see number 24 underneath. Fox rolls, sprints out, hits him.
9th play of the drive. And you mentioned it, Craig. You could see Elarm Zor kind of huffing and puffing right there. 3rd and 2. Hubbard. Oh, was an arm tackle away from 6. Jordan Lester takes him down. Another first down for West Virginia, 3rd of the drive.
Yeah, Lester able to kind of get a piece of him and stop him from kind of taking it to the house.
Hubbard slicing to more positive yardage. That was the 7th carry of the night for Hubbard, who was getting lathered up before our eyes, 25 yards on the evening.
And they've battled some injuries at the running back position, so if they can kind of get Hubbard going again, this is a tempo offense, but a tempo offense based off of establishing the run.
Yeah, that's a great point. We talked about it a little bit off the top of the quarterbacks, but also the running back room decimated by injuries. Jaheim White, Ty Edwards, both out for the year. Sincere Bowers is the running back alongside the freshman Fox. Short window to work with there for Fox. He finds Grayson Barnes, but that'll do it for the first quarter, and it looks like we will come back with fourth and very short.
TCU is hot off start. They've got the lead, but West Virginia driving. Can they put points on the board to start the second quarter?
Frog fans, the 2025 volleyball season is here, and we're starting this season off with a bang. You won't want to miss out as your Horned Frogs host big matches against Texas A&M, Missouri, and some of the best of the Big 12. Once again, Schollmeyer Arena is the place to be all season long. Purchase your season or single game tickets today by visiting gofrogs.com. Come join the TCU volleyball team this season and make some noise.
Do you like dunks, fast breaks, three-point shooters, and hard defense? Then go to gofrogs.com right now and get your tickets before they're gone. Horned Frogs basketball is back with the most riveting home schedule we've ever seen. TCU basketball season tickets are the hottest they've ever been. Help defend Fort Dixon this season. Go to gofrogs.com for more info.
Calling all basketball fans, the champions are back. Your TCU women's basketball team, reigning Big 12 regular season and tournament champions, are ready for another unforgettable season inside Schollmeyer Arena. Last year, the Frogs went undefeated at home, fueled by you. This year, we're counting on you again to keep the arena rocking. The stage is set, the energy is real, and the only thing missing is you. Secure your seats now at gofrogs.com. It is showtime.
Being a leader isn't all fun and games.
It takes hard work, commitment, and an unstoppable drive.
Sure, there'll be obstacles and detours along the way,
but a true leader always finds a way to make it across that line.
Because when you work hard and believe even harder, you discover the sky was never the limit.
So if you're up for the challenge, the next move is yours.
You coming with?
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
Back in Morgantown, West Virginia University School President Michael T. Benson thanking some of the coal miners. You know, in these hills, hard work isn't just a slogan, it is a way of life. And the coal miners being celebrated tonight as we have one of our biggest plays of the night, 4th and 2, 13th play of the drive. That equals the longest of the season for West Virginia. Will it continue? Hubbard, another close call.
We're going to try to work Hubbard down. You see, pull around the tight end, and he's looking for some space. It's really tight. I think that's the one. There's too much hesitation. You get that short, you gotta hit it.
TCU says they turned him away. West Virginia says we got it. What do Kevin Marr and the officials say?
What did the chain say?
There you go.
That's the jury,
baby. Whatever it is, it'll be a couple of those links that'll separate the chain and the ball. Let's see.
Oh, game of inches.
Man, it's been that type of year for Rich Rod and the Mountaineers.
Hartman ran so hard in that entire drive, and I think there's a little bit of hesitation trying to find a crease when you know you just got to get inches. You just got to hit it in there. And that was a dejected-looking pumpkin right there. But I'll tell you what, we said it at the top. Even if they don't get points, they got to put together a drive. You got to start to put building blocks together. And I think here early in this game, at least they were able to string together a drive. There's some things to build off of, some positives there.
And the worst starting position of the night for TCU by light years. Hoover, play fake. Pressure coming hard. Nowhere to go. Devin Grant with the sack. 4th of the season for the big fella.
Speed wins, and Graham off the edge is just going to win with speed up the top. Just gets low. Benz does a great job. Just wins that one, working against the tight end. One-on-one matchup, you got to win. And Grant does just that.
2nd and 17. Motion from Major Everhart. Screen pass. Battle. I'd like you to meet Mr. Reed Carrico and Chase Wilson.
They're trying to set up that screen. Just trying to drop it off over the middle. You see great read by Wilson, who's one of the leaders of that defense.
Sniffs it right out. Did the same thing against BYU, but had an interception in that game.
To get pressure, got to try to move Hoover off the spot. Don't let him sit in the pocket. They're bringing it.
Hoover unloads down the field. No flags intended for McAllister. Jason Chambers in coverage.
They're going to bring pressure. Chambers working one-on-one to the outside, get a little physical. He runs, I love it. Then he goes back to the football. Great positioning, no panic. Well executed. The defense responds after their offense comes up short on that 4th down attempt. You mentioned it before, Rich Rodriguez a little disappointed a week ago in the effort. I don't think he could say that early on.
Preston Fox is deep. Off of a bad punt. There will be no return. 23-yarder, and TCU smack dab in the middle of the Big 12 conference race. Hurt themselves there with that punt. But Craig, how about some of these key games that are left here in the Big 12 that could decide this thing?
Yeah, we got Houston and Arizona both in the mix there. They're playing tonight. Then BYU, who looked like they were going to get thrown off course earlier in the day, have come roaring back against Iowa State and Texas Tech in Cincinnati. There's a lot of teams in the mix. BYU is in a driver's seat, so those games certainly take on extra importance.
Scotty Fox coming off a 14-play drive where West Virginia didn't come away with any points, but maybe found a rhythm. Calling the signals. Sincere Bowers. Bottled up, nowhere to go. A gang of Horned Frogs get him. They were led by Bud Clark.
Yeah, a little bit too early on that pitch. You run that option, you've got to make that defender commit. Fox a little bit too quick with the pitch there, allowing TC defenders to know where they needed to go to chase the football down.
Fox swings it to the right side. Completion for Gerard Bowie.
That's why there's a glimpse there why they recruited Fox. Why you can get excited about it. Watch him roll out and the arm strength to put it right on his receiver. Nice job making up that ground and picking up the 1st down after that loss the previous play.
Bowie had 2 catches last week for 15 yards. His first catch of the night. Bowers breaks into the red zone. Ball came out, but Mountaineers have it.
Sear Bowers, he's a speedster of the group. Trying to work down. You see that ball is out, but West Virginia, I'm sure many times this year, waiting for a break, gets one there.
The ball does bounce the Mountaineers' way. Is that a sign? Just maybe. Grayson Barnes, 17-yard touchdown. Mountaineers in business.
They built off that previous long drive. No points this time. Their defense gets them the ball back. Great drive, that one. They just worked off the toss action. Release Barnes, the tight end, up the middle, and a little bit short, but they make the catch.
Scotty Fox, 6 of his last 6 passing in this game.
The young freshman, could he be building confidence? One drive, now this time leads a TD drives, got West Virginia on the board and in the hunt.
Scotty Fox, a house of fire right now. 8 of 10 tonight, and has made good on his last 6 attempts. The last one a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, in comparison, last week, 6 of 17 for 47 yards over the whole game. They just, and we were talking during the break, just watching his body language, the way he's carrying, he seems a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more settled in now in his second start than he did a week ago.
Well, both Rodney Gallagher and Rich Rodriguez said this week about Scotty Fox, we need to help him. You know, he can do his job, but we need to help him. Last week, starting the game off against UCF, was sacked 4 times in the first quarter. That won't do wonders for your confidence.
Displaying good complimentary. Their defense is flying around right now. Again, you got to remember that scoring drive was set off of a failed 4th down conversion where they went a 3 and out, forced a poor punt by TCU. The Billy Squire going a little.
I was just about to say, who needs us when you got Billy Squire? Touchback. And we have a flag down. Back at the 38-yard line of West Virginia. Boy, they told us that they'd have a near-capacity crowd tonight. It sure feels like capacity to me. Looks like it, too.
Offside, kicking team number 35. That 5-yard penalty will be out in touchback spot. First down.
So this is the last drive put together by West Virginia, authored by this young man, Scotty Fox.
Yeah, quite a few of those sprint out passes. Then he gets some tough running from Bowers right there. They would get the toss look, slip the tight end, Barnes right down the middle, and convert for the score and get on the board.
Battle on the counter. Tripped up. Scruggs got him.
Now, if you're West Virginia, as this game unfolds, the other piece of the puzzle is they've got to, at some point, force a turnover. In TCU's 2 losses, 6 of their 10 turnovers have come in those 2 losses. Got to find a way to steal a possession somewhere. And then hope TCU keeps shooting themselves in the foot along the way.
Dwyer was in motion, but then the whole offensive line moved with him.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
That is the 3rd penalty of the night on the TCU offense.
TCU is without one of their starters up front. Cade Bennett out. Remington Strickland, who that was called on, he wasn't alone, though, but he's kind of their 6th O lineman. He gets a lot of playing time.
Second down. Josh Hoover been working on 2nd and long a lot tonight and has found ways like that to get out of it. 9-yard strike to Jordan Dwyer.
But I like that they put him on the move. He's 65% on the year talking about Hoover from the pocket. His accuracy drops to 50% on the move. There he connects, but you're going to be more successful than not if you're West Virginia, the more you can make Hoover have to leave the pocket.
Sonny Dykes has made good quarterbacks great. Shane Buechele, Tanner Mordecai, Max Duggan, and now Josh Hoover. Can't forget about Jared Goff either at Cal. Hoover uncorks it down the field. Everhart knocked to the turf. Looks like we'll have pass interference on Scruggs.
As intended for Baker Everhart. That's on the play.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, we had seen Chambers a little earlier in beautiful coverage here. Scruggs working with him. You see, not trying to find a ball. Just takes everything. Yeah, Hoover knew. He had the one-on-one. He's either my guy's going to get her, or I'm going to draw the flag, and drew the penalty.
Sonny Dykes, 4th season as TCU's head coach. Of course, led the Horned Frogs to the 2022 College Football National Championship game, was the coach of the year in 2022, and talked about the work he has done as a quarterback whisperer, doing it again with Josh Hoover. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Running back is Battle. Quick pitch and catch. Everhart is destroyed. Fred Perry. Loss of 3.
Perry just does a great job of reading the RPO. They had the power going to one side. He throws it out to the receiver, but Perry closes, makes a nice tackle. His defense continuing to fly around.
Perry, another one of those Jacksonville State guys who came to Morgantown with Rich Rodriguez. 2nd and 13. Hoover. Battle. Stopped shy of the first down, stepped out of bounds before he was knocked out. Carrico on the stop.
Well, that offensive line who jumped off in unison a little early did a great job of protection there. You see Battle. I love this. He was so determined on getting more yards. Look at that. He bridged. Looked like a high school wrestler there.
That's about the only sport he didn't play in high school. A three-sport guy, football, basketball, and baseball. His dad played in the major leagues for the Cardinals and the A's, coming from good stock.
He was actually a high school quarterback.
One of the best dual threats in the nation, right? I'm telling you. And there's battle again, surging forward. 2-yard gain will bring up 4th and 1.
You kind of feel like this is where TCU would feel comfortable going for it. But as we learned already, 4th downs have not been an easy proposition.
West Virginia 1 of 3 on 4th downs. This is TCU's first try on 4th down. On the season, they are 67%, the West Virginia defense. They'll take the L there.
Nice job on that right side of that offensive line. You're going to get movement. That right guard, right tackle, they all block down. There was plenty of room there to pick up that first.
So a stoppage as Colton Deary, the Philadelphia native, in his 28th straight start, receives assistance. We'll step aside. And the coal miners in West Virginia, they do more than carve out energy. They have carved out an identity in this state. Grit, pride, and toughness. And tonight, you see the lights dimmed and flashing. It is a coal rush reflected in those great West Virginia uniforms. Right now, though, TCU on the move with the football. 8:06 left in the second quarter. They lead 10-7.
All right, for that break, though, we saw their center go out. Or we talked about they were out their left guard, so now I'm going to do a little shuffle.
Colton Deary, the Mount alum in the Philadelphia area, is on the bench. And that kind of changes things up front for TCU as Remington Strickland now moves to center. 1st and 10. Josh Hoover has completed 7 of his last 8. McAllister does not draw the flag as he was in double coverage. Jason Chambers there with Israel Boyce. And it looks like Chambers is still down. Chambers, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. App State transfer. Here's another look.
You know, working to the outside. Looking back for the football, you see number 7 come in, and they just wind up colliding.
Yeah, that was Israel Boyce, who darted over there to provide assistance in the defensive backfield, but ended up taking Chambers' legs out. And the last thing West Virginia needs is more injuries.
Yeah, especially, I mean, tonight they were talking about how important those corners are going to be against this TCU passing attack.
2nd and 10 when we come back. This was the parade in downtown Morgantown yesterday, celebrating homecoming. And the Mountaineers came home literally after almost a month on the road, back to Morgantown. And last night was the parade, tonight's the party. Eighth play of the drive for TCU, and Josh Hoover on 2nd and 10. He finds Dwyer. Nice cut. First down, TCU, 12-yard gain. 3rd catch of the night for Dwyer.
Yeah, West Virginia dialed up some pressure, and then, as you mentioned, really just nice body control and ability to catch that pass and quickly reverse field.
Faking the pitch to Battle. Dropping it off, Major Everhart. Kendall Briles said he was going to be an integral part of the offensive attack. He has been tonight. 18 yards. Fred Perry on the stop.
Hoover could be so smooth under pressure. Had a defender right in his face, knew where he needed to go. He quickly drops it off, and then the nice run after the catch.
3rd catch of the night for Everhart. Misdirection. The tight end who had a touchdown last week, DJ Rogers, was smelling another there. Taken down inside the 5-yard line.
I really like that stable of TCU tight ends, and Rogers probably the most dynamic of the pass catchers. Transfer from Cal.
Rogers, a 3-time academic All-Big 12 representative. Hoover, McAllister, 6. And a hush over the crowd here in Morgantown. 22nd touchdown pass of the season for Hoover. 2nd in the country. So TCU extends the lead to 10 points. Josh Hoover on that drive, Craig. 7 of 8 for 53 yards. Surgical.
Yeah, just operating as you would expect here. Good ball handling. On the run, just to see all the black jerseys come up. It allows McAllister plenty of time to be able to kind of clear over the middle. You see it, just how the defense comes up to play to run, expecting run there. Are they going to work battle downhill? He pulls it. McAllister clears behind the defense, and then TCU able to extend their lead.
What a fake. He basically gave the ball to Battle before taking it back and finding McAllister. 8th touchdown of the season for McAllister. He has got size, he has got speed. One of the best receivers, without question, in the Big 12, and emerging as one of the best in the country.
But as you really kind of just started with nice ball handling there by Hoover.
And you saw him seated on the bench next to Kendall Briles. He's basically been playing in that Kendall/Art Briles system over the past 8 years, all the way back to high school. Short kick, Preston Fox gathers it. Taken down inside the 20. Here is our quarterback comparison, and Scotty Fox has come alive. And look at this. We always talked about the Big 12 this season being the class of quarterbacks in the country, and tonight Scotty Fox says, hey, throw my name in the mix, huh? I want to be in the Big 12 quarterback club.
Yeah, the left side of that makes sense. The right side is the positive of what you'd hope to see if you're a West Virginia fan. Now he's got to continue to build off that.
Fox hands to Hubbard, who is stopped by Devin Deal. A good look at both the quarterbacks. Looks like Josh Hoover receiving some assistance. And again, you see him seated next to Kendall Briles. Sprinting out as Fox. In and out of the hands of Gallagher. And right there was Bud Clark.
But you're seeing something there where they're feeling comfortable getting Fox on those sprint outs. It was quick underneath passes, but again, a second drop we've seen tonight from West Virginia.
Hubbard darts to a first down. Seemed like a risky pass for a second. 13-yard gain. Elarm's Orr gets him out of bounds.
It looked like Obiizor had him all alone in space and just missed the tackle.
Off tackle, short gain, Devin Deal again.
Yeah, it was defended. They bring pressure. Obiizor is out there. He just misses the tackle.
2nd and 9. Fox sprinting out again. Gallagher, the West Virginia native, or excuse me, Western Pennsylvania native, is taken down by Bud Clark, short of a first down.
Feels like they've been working at it. At some point, there's going to be a point where somebody breaks off and heads downfield, because Fox has been efficient tonight, working underneath, letting their young quarterback get experience. But at some point, they're going to have to kind of push it down the field a little bit as well.
Dude, that's a great point. You know, Coach Rodriguez telling us he has next-level arm strength. Seeing some of it there. And some touch. Weimer draws the flag.
As you mentioned, taking a shot downfield, receiver looking back, defensive back doesn't, just runs into him.
That's number 38.
The freshman Gil Jackson.
Jackson not playing the ball, not letting the receiver come back to play the ball.
Total yards on the night, TCU 135, West Virginia 126. This is as good as the Mountaineers have looked in a very long time. Fake the jet sweep to Gallagher, and they'll throw to him on the right flat. 8-yard gain, and you talk about the arm strength, responsible for 2 of West Virginia's 3 longest plays on the season.
1 through the air and also 1 on the ground.
Clay Asher, the football game in the backfield, but here's Gallagher again. The former basketball star was actually offered a scholarship by Florida to play basketball. And Bob Huggins and Neil Brown at the time were both open to him playing football and basketball at West Virginia, but he stuck with the pigskin.
Yeah, Gallagher just able to elude 1 defender.
And that was Clay Ash for the short gain, brings up 4th down.
There've been a lot of 4ths tonight, but because at least they've been in 4th and manageable, 4th and shorts, at least you've put yourself in a position here again. Maybe you hard count it. Maybe you see if you get a freebie again. Not so much defensively, more on offense, but TCU has certainly shown they could be mistake prone tonight.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the first half. 7th play of the drive. Rich Rod will call a timeout and talk it over. Scotty Fox on the night, 11 of 14, 88 yards and a touchdown. 79% completion on the evening. Well, a huge game tonight. TCU still in the running for the Big 12 title. They want to get to Arlington. You see, their odds are long, but, you know, it's the old, you're telling me there's a chance, and the rest of these 5 teams, they've got a shot too.
Yeah, but they still have Houston, Cincinnati, and BYU on their schedule. So that 2% can really skyrocket up, because there may not be any team, in my opinion, in the Big 12 with a more consequential schedule remaining than TCU. And that's why tonight is so important. They got to take care of it, because all that means nothing if they don't take care of business tonight.
And there is that upcoming schedule. They'll take on Iowa State after the bye. Iowa State just dropping a heartbreaker to BYU. It was a heartbreaker because they had a huge advantage early, and Mountaineers' hearts breaking all over the state right now as Scotty Fox is stopped by Zach Chapman on 4th down. Chapman has been on fire defensively for TCU and coming through again with another big play.
Yeah, just for 4th down coming out of a timeout, it just seemed to implode really quick. I mean, that was quick pressure. Things collapse around him. I don't think that's what, when they were talking in that timeout, that was what Coach Rodriguez expected by the way conversation he had with Fox coming off the field. But again, you're a young quarterback, and I think West Virginia tonight, as Herm Edwards said, you played to win the game, but I think you're also looking about what the future might be. And as you go into an offseason, is Fox a guy you feel like you can build off?
Battle breaks free. We saw the same thing last week at home in Fort Worth against Baylor. Another explosive play for Trent Battle.
Yeah, he had a 65-yard run a week ago, this time off the right, doing a nice job. You see them pulling the guard around. That was Carson Brown, and creating a big hole there for Battle. We've seen some tough running there, showing a little bit of speed.
48-yard carry. The Horned Frogs back in the red zone. Hoover barks the signals. Fade route, right side. McAllister, did he catch it? Officials will say he was out of bounds.
He didn't complete the catch either. It looked pretty in motion. That was a nice pirouette there trying to make that catch.
I mean, for a scout like you, that's pretty good body control.
That's great. Watching him spinning around, and he was out of bounds either way, even if he had been able to hold on. You see there, but trying to bring it in by the point of the ball. But at that point, he's already out of bounds. But if there are style points, he would get some for that.
And you saw the field judge initially ruled a touchdown. And it looks like they're going to take another look. The 6'3", let me not shortchange him an inch. We were down on the field before the game, and he is all of 6'3". 205-pound senior showing off some great body control and handwork.
It looks like that left foot is out there just as soon as he catches it. It's up. He's going to attack the point of the football, as you should, as he tries to bring it in. It looks like that right foot is out as he brings it to his body. I don't know, Pete. I don't feel like he has control before that foot steps out. Goes around, has it in there, brings it to his body, and that right foot, it looks like to me, it's on the line.
And this could be one of those deals, and a great job by our ESPN crew, where it was ruled incomplete on the field, and do you have enough to overturn it?
It also looks like, do you see, Pete, as he's going to turn, you're not going to see from that. The other angle, the ball bobbled a little bit as well. Here you go. As he turns, now watch it, right? He brings it in with his hand to his body, but watch, see the move again as he tries to bring it. I don't.
And then he bumps into the camera guy and loses it again.
Between the left foot really close to the line, and again, I saw a little bit of ball movement too after he was clearly out of bounds. I'm not going to lie, I feel like it was kind of clear.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Second down.
Craig Halbert, you had it all along.
You know what? Beautiful turn. He attacks the point. That left foot is on the line, but from the other angle, you see the ball move a little bit as well. So I think the foot was out, and he hadn't completed the act of the catch either. Great effort, though. I'm never mad at looking at it a few times. Some good effort.
So after what was almost a brilliant touchdown pass and throw for TCU, we've got 2nd and 10. Back to battle. Some T-shirt there, which is held on. Nate Gabriel undressing him. Would not give up.
I will say this, I think they're a night school, right? That's pretty good advertisement there for some good material. Oh, it is. He's gonna get a piece of cloth. Look at that. Look at that give, that elasticity. I love it. I love it. That should be in an ad.
We are at our 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 9 when we come back. Well, don't tell the crowd here in Morgantown that this could possibly be a down year for West Virginia, because the crowd is rocking. Homecoming here, and you can feel the juice. And a huge opportunity to show off some juice for that West Virginia defense right now on 3rd and long at the 11-yard line. The first down marker is the 2. Trips to the top of your screen. Hoover, so cool. Escapes the pocket. More surgeon than scrambler. Pass was intended in the end zone and knocked away, looking for McAllister again.
They did not bring pressure, just bring 4, but a nice job in coverage. And it looked like Dwyer, number 7, at one point had fallen down, so he lost one of his targets.
Holding. Defense number 5. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So there was a flag and a holding penalty. A holding penalty on Fred Perry, which really flips this whole situation on its head for the Mountaineers.
For Perry, and see a little bit of, there's been a little bit of a tug there as he kind of come out of his break. There was a receiver who was down as well.
So 1st and goal from the 5, new life for the Horned Frogs. Hoover realigns battle and hands it to him. He is met in the backfield by Braden Siders, the heart and soul of this defense, according to defensive coordinator Zach Alley.
Yeah, see Siders, he's up top. He just knifes in, does a great job getting in the backfield. This week, to kind of change things up, they went live on Tuesday, 1v1s, and they were saying that Siders told him it's maybe the most fun he had out of practice since he'd been here, and making a big play there on 1st down, getting in the backfield.
Play fake. Hoover to the end zone. Incomplete. Derek Carter caught up to the big fella and knocked it away. Thought it was the 9th touchdown of the season for a second for McAllister.
Yeah, it was a great job by Carter, just staying with it, not panicking, and just ripping it out. Because it looks like it should have been a catch there. He just stays after and muscles it out. Great effort, not giving up on that play.
Sonny Dykes getting the workout in, calling timeout.
Timeout.
First timeout of the half for TCU. Yeah, this is Carter at 5'10", tracking down the 6'3" McAllister, and you pointed it out, no quit.
Yeah, I mean, he just stays there. It looks like it's going to be a touchdown there, and he keeps kind of ripping at it. Now, you could question whether he had possession at that point, foot down. But I just think you got to, it's part of not completing the act of the catch because Carter won't give up on it. Gal's going to turn around. He's going to catch it there. He's got firm control. Foot down, but Carter goes after it, brings him down, and as you're going down to the ground, you've got to be able to complete the catch there. Carter just showing a dogged determination to make sure that was a completion. And if you're West Virginia, you can go in the half and hold them to a field goal here. I think you put that as a win. You got to remember the Horned Frogs will start the second half as well.
12 of 18 for 114 yards. Touchdown. Dangerously close to another there. Preston Fox is deep. Fox was dinged up last week. Obviously got the green light to play tonight. And we'll call for the fair catch with that right knee brace on. But Josh Hoover, we talk about how beautiful his ball is and how accurate he throws, and he's been on point tonight.
Yeah, when he's in rhythm, again, there's not many in college football who throw a prettier ball than him. Keep him in the pocket, the ability to survey, go through his reads. What makes him so efficient is not just his arm talent, but also his just understanding of the offense, his ability to process information, take coaching points and putting them into application.
Oh, Scotty Fox juggled the snap while we were showing you Josh Hoover. Ball went to the turf and Mountaineers recovered it.
Yeah, I mean, that small thing would have been disastrous to turn the ball over at this point in the half of where you are in the field.
You gotta love it. Fox is like, let's go. Right back at it. Hubbard spinning to positive yardage, nearing the first down yard marker. Namdi Obiizor on the stop. 3rd and 1 is coming up. TCU calls the timeout.
Clock operator, please put 37 seconds on the game clock.
Again, the Mountaineers will be kicking off to start the second half, so TCU will get the football, and they are looking for a 2-for-1 here if they can get this stop on 3rd and 1.
But I do like that. Yes, it's been a rough season. You've had some bumps. I love that. Off the bumbled snap there, that Richard puts it right back in the air. And you know what? Give him a chance to potentially convert here. Be aggressive as West Virginia's schedule the rest of the way.
I mean, we talked about how brutal TCU's is, and maybe you focus on that a little bit more because they're really in the thick of the Big 12 title hunt. But this is no picnic here. You got Houston, okay, Colorado, and then Arizona State and Texas Tech.
Well, I mean, when you got a schedule where you can get what 6-7 teams deep with only 2 losses. I mean, it's a deep conference, a lot of parity.
6 teams still in the hunt for Arlington in an appearance in the Big 12 title game. Right now, BYU, and Texas Tech at the top of that list, but 3rd and 1 here in Morgantown. Crashing in from the right side is Devin Deal, raising that right arm with the cast on it.
Tackle made by Devin Deal. No gain. 4th down and 1.
4th down coming up. Scotty Fox still on the field.
Surprised TCU if not taking time out to try to. It's like they may just be happy getting the ball back and then starting the next half.
And West Virginia going to try to get one more off. And Scotty Fox will just get it out of bounds, but there's a penalty down. And if that is a hold, the left tackle, Nick Cray, quite possibly could have held there. Now the half can end on an offensive penalty, correct?
Well, they could decline it. I mean,
yeah.
Holding, offense, number 52. That penalty's declined. That's the half.
So that'll do it for the first half. 20-7, TCU and Sonny Dykes heading to the locker room with the lead. But honestly, Craig, it feels a lot closer than that.
Yeah, for West Virginia, the young freshman showing some life. Still in this game, work to do as TCU with playoff and Big 12 hope still on the line, leading 20-7.
halftime here in Morgantown. We're going to step away and take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to take you inside the 12. And also, Craig Albert's going to show us how to build a college football program.
Welcome to your Big 12 halftime report. I'm your host, Spencer Linton. Down the back half of the college football season we go. So let's roll out the Week 8 Big 12 Conference Weekly Awards. And we begin with the top offensive stars and co-players of the week, featuring Arizona State's Jordan Tyson and Houston's Connor Wigman. Jordan Tyson had 10 catches for 105 yards and a touchdown in Arizona State's dramatic upset win over then number 7 Texas Tech, 26-22 in Tempe. The standout receiver produced some massive plays, including a 33-yard catch on 4th down during ASU's game-winning drive. Tyson has now scored a touchdown in the last 8 games he's played in, the longest active streak by a position player in all of the FBS. Houston quarterback Connor Wigman becomes the first Cougar quarterback to throw 3 touchdowns, run for a touchdown, and have at least 95 yards on the ground in a single game since Kevin Kolb back in 2003. Wigman led the Cougars in a 31-28 win over Arizona, and Houston is now bowl eligible at 6-1. The Cypress, Texas native's 98 rushing yards, by the way, mark a career best. On the defensive side, Caleb Alarms-Orr of TCU and BYU's Tanner Wall also share co-player of the week honors. Alarms-Orr is the first Horned Frog with 15 or more tackles in a game since 2019. Caleb helped TCU hold on 42-36 over Baylor on Saturday. His 16 tackles, to be exact, tied for the second most by any Big 12 player this season. Alarms-Orr has now posted 2 double-digit tackle performances in his last 4 games. Safety Tanner Wall represents the first BYU player to earn weekly Big 12 honors on defense this season. He racked up a season-best 10 tackles and delivered a highlight reel 4th-quarter interception in the Cougars' tough win over arch rival and then 23rd-ranked Utah. all helping BYU stay unbeaten at 7-0. It's clearly a week of sharing honors, and that includes kickers too. Jesus Gomez takes weekly accolades for the third time this season with his 4-for-4 field goal performance in the Sun Devils' 26-22 victory over Texas Tech. On Saturday, Gomez became the first kicker in all of FBS play this season to make 4 field goals against a top 25 team. Gomez connected from 26, 28, 34, and 47 yards out, in addition to a pair of extra points. He's now produced 2 separate 4 field goal games this season. And how about Houston's Ethan Sanchez, who drilled his second game-winning field goal of the season? Sanchez's 41-yard connection as time expired clinched Houston's victory over Arizona. The senior also added 4 extra points on Saturday to remain a perfect 21 for 21 in his campaign. Ethan's 15 made field goals in just 7 games already have him in the top 12 in Houston's single-season history. The Big 12 Freshman of the Week award is officially becoming a bit of a habit. BYU's Bear Bachmeier has earned his 4th consecutive Freshman of the Week award and 5th on the season. Bear guided BYU to a 24-21 victory over rival Utah. His passing numbers included 166 yards through the air and a touchdown, while he added 64 yards on the ground and another touchdown, all without committing a single turnover. His top highlight of the night happened late in the game on 3rd and 11, a Bear on the loose 22-yard run, breaking a number of tackles and then using a BYU convoy to muscle into the end zone. 2 more shout-outs before we wrap up. Houston wins the Offensive Line of the Week, helping pave the way for a 396-yard day for the Cougars in red. And they did not allow a sack in their 3-point win over Arizona. Houston rushed for 232 yards against the Wildcats, which marks the program's most ever in a Big 12 contest. UCF wins the Big 12 Defensive Line of the Week nod for the first time this season after limiting West Virginia to just 210 yards of total offense. The Knights unit accounted for 7 of the Knights' 8 sacks against the Mountaineers, just 1 shy of a program record. UCF's 8 sacks also tied for the second most by an FBS team this season. That's a wrap on our Big 12 halftime report. Enjoy the second half of TCU and West Virginia. We'll see you back here soon.
Welcome back to Morgantown, where we have seen an exciting first half of college football in the Big 12 Conference. TCU leading at the break 20-7 over West Virginia. Pete Souza inside with the scouting expert, Craig Halbert. College and high school football. This guy knows it all. Breaking down the quality of players and how to build a program is what we're talking about tonight. In the ever-evolving college football landscape where it seems like roster presentation or the way you put it together changes like the weather, how do you build a football team on the college level, Power 4 specifically today?
Yeah, well, every circumstance could be different, but I think there are certain foundational blocks that you could use to build off. For me, I always say, first and foremost, good recruiting starts at home. And what I mean by that, Pete, is I think you have to recruit your fan base. Those players, those families that have been invested in your program are more likely to live with you, to fight through tough times. So I think you got to be in that 4 or 5 hour radius to where your school is.
And we talked to Sonny Dykes yesterday about exactly who you are recruiting, and he said high schoolers for him is still the sweet spot.
Yeah, I think if you're going to build a culture, you have to do it with high school players. Most coaches that I talk to would usually say we would love to use high school recruiting like the draft, the portal like free agency. Use it to fill needs, but I think trying to constantly have large turnovers, it's tough to get leaders. It's tough to kind of build a program. So I think you have to bring players in your program and build them the way you would like them to fit into your program.
How does recruiting matter?
Listen, I think you just got to look at the rankings. Coming into this weekend, 4 of the top 5 teams in the AP poll signed top 10 recruiting classes for 2025, with IU being the one outlier at number 39. But you're seeing the classes regularly in the college football playoff mix also signing elite high school classes.
That is a great stat. Another thing that you stick on is traveling a winning path, which is pretty much knowing who you are, right?
Exactly. You kind of got to know who you're going after, what prospects best fit your program. If you're West Virginia, you don't want to go out to California and battle USC for a 5-star prospect. Unless you have some type of tie, the dad went to the school. So you got to know what battles you can win, because you don't want to waste time and resources overshooting for players that you may not be able to get.
Rich Rodriguez told us this week that he possibly misevaluated some of his players. Evaluation and development is huge this day and age.
Yeah, it's one thing to sign a highly ranked recruiting class. It's another thing to get him to play like that. I think that's one of the reasons why maybe Nick Saban was the greatest coach ever in football, is because he would regularly sign top 3 classes, and once they got on campus, he got them to play like 4 and 5 stars. You can go out there and get good prospects. If they don't fit your culture, if they don't fit your schemes, then you're not going to be successful. Or if you don't kind of, as you say, go through the de-recruitment process where you kind of break them down, build them back up in your mold, then you're not going to be successful. So recruiting is only part of the puzzle. It's a big part of the puzzle, but you got to get great players to play like great players in order to be successful.
How about transfers? How important are they?
Oh, listen, it's the landscape of college football right now. But I think what you're seeing, too, the programs that use transfers successfully are the programs that wind up bringing in prospects that they recruited at one point, maybe lost, had previous relationships. So not just randomly plucking players out of the portal. There's some type of a previous relationship that was there before that makes it a little bit more of a seamless fit. What you got to think about West Virginia, though, Rich Rod took this job, and he lost a lot of players. He had to move quickly in the portal in order just to field a functioning team.
He is Craig Halbert, the scouting expert. We are going to move quickly to break. We'll be back with second half action and some stats from the first.
Being a parent is serious business and hard work. We get it, and we're here to support you every step of the way. If you have questions, concerns, or just want to learn more about childhood immunizations, schedule a visit with one of our trusted doctors. We're here to listen, answer questions, and help you make informed decisions. When it comes to your child's health, you want the best, and so do we.
Here, we take care of each other, no matter where that takes us. To the frontiers of science to find breakthrough treatments or new pathways to resilience and recovery. We're advancing medicine in ways only West Virginia can. Because in medicine, we are trailblazers. And every step forward is for you.
The air feels different on fall Saturdays in West Virginia. Familiar roads lead us on early morning drives to a place where we feel alive. And traditions bring together a fierce fan base, united by the same passion: West Virginia football. As West Virginia's bank, we've been there, and we'll continue to be there. United Bank, proud to be united with the Mountaineers.
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
Hi, we're WVU. You probably know us for screaming. And yeah, we're pretty good at it. But here, it's more than a chant. It's our celebration of innovation.
Let's go.
Our rallying cry for community.
Let's go!
And honestly, it's just our way of life. So whether you're chasing big dreams or just chasing sunsets,
let's go!
Back here in Morgantown, a coal rush, and you are watching the Big 12 on ESPN. It is a different league, and it's feeling like a different type of environment tonight in Morgantown. 20-7 TCU, but the king and queen crowned at halftime.
I think I got a vote.
If anybody watched that How to Build a Team segment, you sure did. And we see the stats here from the first half. TCU did a heck of a job putting together a running game after showing out or slowing down to start the game, but West Virginia has really been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I mean, doing a nice job with third down conversions. And if you look at the quarterbacks, Scotty Fox is actually just hanging with Josh Hoover in terms of numbers. So I think that's a big plus for West Virginia, the way that their freshman quarterback has played.
And we're expecting Hoover to get the ball first as West Virginia is set to kick to TCU. The story of the first half really was TCU's field position. They started off their first 3 drives inside West Virginia territory. Major Everhart takes the kick and scoots to about the 17-yard line where he's brought down.
Major Everhart on the return for TCU.
So here's Josh Hoover. Over the summer, Josh Hoover's playing golf. He gets a phone call, and it's his agent. And his agent says, hey, look, you know there's question marks at Tennessee. There's an offer. And Hoover tells him, according to our Pete Thamel at ESPN, hey, I'm not interested. Before his agent could even tell him the offer. This dude is committed.
I mean, we talked about Bill. He's a Texas guy.
And look at those numbers, Craig, coming into tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to set a single season record a year ago, over 3,000 yards. Could be so accurate. Came in tonight, completing 65% of his passes. We talked about a key to being successful tonight is not turning the ball over. They did not do that in the first half.
Hoover finds McAllister to start off the second half. That was his 6th catch, 11 targets for the big wide receiver, as we see the short pitch and catch trend battle.
And he came close on a couple of touchdowns. Some great effort from West Virginia. Denied him. But obviously a big part of this passing attack.
Third down, deep in their own territory. TCU 1 of 6 on third down tonight, 1 of 1 on fourth.
Yes, West Virginia defense has stepped up for the most part tonight. Opportunity to get off the field here.
Empty backfield. Hoover slings it, and the shoestring catch is made by the big fella. McAllister at 6'3" reaches down and brings it in.
They bring pressure. McAllister has been such a key target, working inside on the slant. A little bit low, but outside where only his guy can get it. Nice adjustment, too.
Play action. Why not? McAllister changes field and is knocked out of bounds by Chambers.
This is what makes Hoover so... The snap to release of Hoover is so impressive. You saw it right there, that play. I mean, that ball hit his hands. He knew where he wanted to go, and it was out.
Hoover and McAllister already on this drive to start the third quarter have connected 3 times. And you hear the crowd, or you don't hear them right now in Morgantown. A lot of concern as we start the third with the Mountaineers down by 13. Trent Battle, who's had a heck of a game, tackled by Carrico. 12th carry of the night for Battle. He's got 70 yards.
A lot of that coming off a big 46-yard run toward the end of that first half.
Behind the coverage is Dwyer, but poking it away is Michael Coates. Coates didn't play a down of high school football, worked at an arcade after high school in Mississippi. Saw a Facebook post about trying out for a community college in the state. Took him up on it, and now here he is.
I thought that was good coverage. Yeah, quarterbacks are always looking for the penalty, but I thought that was good coverage from Coates, who must have been playing some Madden at that arcade.
Another big third down. And a whistle right before the snap.
Timeout, TCU.
TCU is going to take a timeout, and we'll take it with them. 3rd and 7 when we come back. back here in Morgantown, where it has been a madhouse at times, but right now, a lot of concern for Mountaineer fans as TCU has opened the second half by marching down the field. This will be their 7th play. They've already gone 42 yards, but a huge 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Can West Virginia be able to kind of get some pressure? Usually the best when attacking Hoover is you can get pressure with 4, drop 8.
McAllister getting the attention of NFL scouts. The freshman, John Denman, in the backfield now for TCU. Hoover just 1 of 4 on 3rd downs throwing tonight. Make it 1 of 5. McAllister can't climb the ladder.
Yeah, rare misfire from Hoover. You knew it a little bit overthrown. They had it. They wound up bringing pressure. And he's going to look up top to the right. He's going to quickly pull. It just doesn't see how he's starting to fade away a little bit there. That hurts his usually pretty strong accuracy, and he knew he missed an opportunity to move the chains there.
High snap by the reserve, Remington Strickland, who entered the game at center for Colton Deary. Punting situation for the Horned Frogs. Almost blocked. That was Fred Perry coming in like a heat-seeking missile. Almost got a piece of the pigskin, but the punt actually is going to be a touchback. Thought TCU had him at the 1. Let's take a quick look at this.
You got to remember as you watch this, it's where the ball is, not where the player is. So if he goes in, he touches it, it's there, it's outside, it's outside. Ooh! Did it break? I think he might have just turned it away. It's going down. It's going to hit. It does not matter where he is. It is where the ball is. The ball is outside. It's outside. Does the tip break right there? It looks like he's going to be able to push it right. Ooh, that is close.
Either way, some tremendous hustle.
Ruling on the field was a touchback.
So it's going to be reviewed. That was Caden McFadden, the sophomore safety.
Yeah, I kind of feel like McFadden turned it away just at the tip of the football, like it was about to kind of break the plane there.
So this is under review, and a big 19 yards if you're either team, but especially West Virginia. You don't want the freshman Scotty Fox starting the half under the shadow of his own goalpost.
You know what? I could see why they made that decision on the field. That was tough. That was really close. Again, it's going down. It's clearly outside there. It's outside there. It looks like the ball's going to start to kind of lean in. Looks like
after further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchback, 1st down.
Yeah, you can see as he's going, you got to watch there. As it starts to lean in, lean in, lean in. What a great look there. Ooh, that is close.
Mr. McFadden gets a left hand on it and may have kept it out of the end zone.
I think you're looking at there. Remember, there's no more overruled or confirmed. There's just upheld. And
so West Virginia and Scotty Fox. Hubbard showing some of that burst, slicing through the left side of the line of scrimmage.
As you mentioned, though, nice exhale there, I'm sure, from Rich Rodriguez and Scotty Fox to be able to get that 19 and pretty much 3/4 of a yard back.
Shotgun formation for Fox, 75 yards passing last week, already 108 tonight. And Cam Vaughn can't get his first pass of the night. And Jamel Johnson in coverage.
Tried to go back. That's where they really had a lot of success in that first half, sprinting him out to his right, giving him kind of an underneath and second level option, just off target there.
3rd and 8. Fox for Hubbard. Looking for some space, looking for the 1st down marker. Is knocked down. Glover in the area along with Elarms Orr. And on 4th and 2, the Mountaineers will punt. Jordan Dwyer is deep.
You remember, we talked yesterday a little bit about where could there be an opportunity to steal a possession. You're deep in your own territory.
Oliver Straw, the Australian. That ball just jumps off his foot. Dwyer wisely lets it bounce, and it is down at around the 36. 7 catches tonight for Mr. McAllister. 13 targets.
Yeah, he has been a favorite tonight. Again, just presenting such a large target for your quarterback there, doing a nice job for a taller receiver going low, making sure he scooped that in. The ability to, as well, to create yards after the catch. Player originally Boise State before making the transfer last season.
By the way, there was a flag on the punt. It's more than by the way. And West Virginia's offense is back on the field. Don't mean to cut you off there, Craig, but a huge play. There was a punt that was 34 yards by Oliver. We all saw that. But a flag goes down, still waiting on the official word as to what it was, but it's 1st and 10 for West Virginia. Scotty Fox dealing. Cam Vaughn's first catch of the night. Spins out of trouble. Is finally run out of bounds by Elarms Orr, but the damage is done 16 yards later.
I mean, obviously, yeah, that's a big deal. Get the ball back in their offensive hands, quickly hit Vaughn after the catch, able to break 2 tackles, keep fighting.
Short game, and just to clean that up, there was a 5-yard penalty on Strickland for TCU, and that led to a first down, because remember, it was 4th and short. Fox, laser beam for Vaughn, 2nd straight catch.
Number 7,
12 more yards for West Virginia.
A nice job coming out, using the momentum off to getting the ball back on that penalty, keeping his drive alive.
5th play of the drive, Scotty Fox. 15 of 20 on the night for 130 yards and a touchdown. The freshman finding his rhythm. And Dior Hubbard is knocked down. Oyewale with the tackle.
Run down by number 97, Paul Oyewale. Give him a guard.
Second down here near the left hash. See if they try to work and back on that sprint to the right.
Oh, Elarms Orr introduces himself to Scotty Fox in the backfield.
They were
13th tackle, by the way.
They were going to try to work that QB draw here, and Elarms Orr is right there. You could just, before his body weight could even shift to get downhill, you're going to watch, see, he's tucking the ball, and boom, there's number 3 to wrap him up.
Fox, plenty of time. Up top, Vaughn! Incomplete. Down the field in coverage was Channing Canada.
Working one-on-one, he's beat Canada, trying to make up ground. I'm actually surprised. Watch Canada. The first thing he does is look at the official, be like, am I cool? Because I think even he thought he got a little bit of aggressive there. Usually you see the celebration, you see the seatbelt thing. He was like, hey, everything copacetic.
Straw gives it a ride. And a touchback. Well, the Mountaineers were rolling for a second there. Denied by TCU. The boos rained down 20-7. TCU 20, West Virginia 7, homecoming here in Morgantown, and you can feel the vibe in the air. It is a coal rush, a special tribute to the coal miners of West Virginia. And here is the rush for Arlington, the Big 12 standings, BYU, a huge win tonight.
It did not look like it was going to play out that way at one point in the day. They were trailing by quite a bit, but leading the pack. And listen, you always kind of want to be in charge of your destiny. They are as the highest ranked and sitting at 5-0 in the conference.
And it's a conference this year, you know, in years past you say, oh, it's great, there's parity, it's exciting. Now it's all of those things along with great football teams at the top. There is BYU, one of those teams. What do you think of their schedule?
Listen, we've talked about it quite a few times. Not a Texas Tech, TCU, Cincinnati, UCF's the only one who's kind of been struggling this season. They're coming off a win over West Virginia a week ago.
Trent Battle plunging into the line of scrimmage. Short gain. Bogle on the stop. And look at this, chance to reach a bowl season undefeated. And there you go, BYU still in the mix. Hoover and McAllister in the mix, look out. Making guys miss in space. Caught it right in stride. Nick Taylor throws him out of bounds, 28-yard gain. 8th catch for McAllister.
And you hit what was so important right on the head, Pete. He catches it in stride. That's the thing that Hoover does. He throws his receivers open. He lets them catch it on the go. No stopping. And that allows for all that yards after catch. But I think the only thing you could say with all these Big 12 schedules is nothing is determined yet. We're still a long way from answers.
Hoover for Dwyer, who was held up. No flag down the field. Fred Perry in coverage.
Yeah, tried to kind of go back shoulder there. Floyd Guidry, the freshman, with some pressure there. Kind of forced that a little bit.
So 2nd and long coming up for TCU. Battle, jets to the right side. The spin cycle goes for the first down. 11 more yards. I say more because the kid has been involved tonight. Give him 83 on the night off 14 carries.
Yeah, good job here, seated 54, Young Bear. Oh, excuse me, on TCU there, number 54, doing a nice job.
McAllister can't hang on. Jason Chambers doing a nice job in coverage, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina.
That was Quentin Harris on the previous play with the nice block, and then here, just do it again. Those DBs staying after it. The ball is on target, continuing to fight through, not allowing the completion to happen.
Second and 10 for TCU. 6:28 left. So far, a scoreless third quarter. Josh Hoover would like to change that now. Pumps it. Battle. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, or close to it by Scruggs.
Yeah, West Virginia forcing Hoover to have to go to his check down and then doing a nice job tackling in space.
Josh Hoover staring into the eyes of the Mountaineer defense. 3rd and 8. TCU 2 of 8 on 3rd downs tonight. Crowd engaged. Hoover finds Dwyer. Cut down 6 yards down the field. Michael Coates makes the play, brings up 4th down.
Yeah, nice job by Dwyer. Coates there, working it to the end again, as we've seen some of those West Virginia DBs not give up on plays and forcing completions, but there, Dwyer, strong hands.
Seems like just about every skill guy motions to the left. 4 guys at the bottom of your screen. Hoover looking for the one at the top, was denied by Devin Grant. Spikes it. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they set everyone to the left to set up a one-on-one to the right. Grant just plays off the cut block, gets up, gets his hands up.
Mountaineers ball with the momentum when we come back. (20-7) TCU leads. We know it's been a tough season for West Virginia. Man, that last play and that enthusiasm had to feel good. And there's Devin Grant. If you missed it, he batted a 4th down conversion to the ground. Cam Vaughn, who has all of a sudden become an integral part of the West Virginia attack, his 3rd catch this half.
If you watched that game a week ago against Central Florida, the Scotty Fox that you're seeing here tonight looks markedly different than the one that we saw in the series he was in last week.
Fox keeps it and nosedives. 8-yard gain, 1st down Mountaineers.
He could bring some athleticism here. He's going to pull it as the end deal crashes down. He sees some green and take it.
Coach Rodriguez told us he wants him to be decisive. Confidence can breed that decisiveness, and we've seen it from him in this second half. 10-yard gain. Justin Smith-Brown, wildly talented wide receiver, showing off the physicality there.
Yep, decisive. You see the previous play, the quick pull and run there. He gets rid of it, knows where he wants to go.
The tight end, Jacob Barrick. 2 catches all year coming into the game, 2 catches tonight. And Elarms Orr, who has been a tackling machine. Last week had 15 tackles against Baylor, has 15 tonight. was the first Horned Frog to have 15 tackles in a game since 2019 when Garrett Wallow did it against Oklahoma. Down the field, Cam Vaughn! Out of bounds.
Vaughn's going to get a step. It was a nice read by Fox going down, but just leads him a little bit out of bounds. As you can see clearly, that right foot steps out. Incomplete. They had a chance there, just kind of got to find the accuracy. I think it's also important, too, that they really haven't tried to stretch it downfield much. They need to continue.
3rd and 4. Fox again. Vaughn again. This time it's complete and inside the 10. 28-yard gain. Mountaineers rolling.
Yeah, on that play, he does a nice job kind of selling it, gives a little shoulder tuck like he was going to keep and run it. Allow Vaughn to break free, and then over the middle hits it.
The freshman Scotty Fox has been searching for answers all season long. He has found them tonight. 20 of 27, 196 yards and a touchdown, keeps it there, and had no chance with Max Carroll in his face. And this, obviously, concerning images. Here's the hit again, and of course, keep in mind, Khalil Wilkins, Jalen Henderson, and Nico Marchiol all on ice tonight. Marchiol and Henderson for the season. Fox says that's okay. Ryan Ward, second catch of the night, and it's more of those tight ends getting involved for West Virginia.
Doing a nice job there, too, changing arm angle, get that out.
Ninth play of the drive for West Virginia. 3rd and goal. Somehow, avoiding the first tackler, who was Devin Deal, was Fox, but Denba gobbles him up, and Fox hobbles to 4th down. Field goal attempt coming for West Virginia. .28-yard attempt coming up. Cade Hensley, 5 of 7 overall on the season. Kick is down, it is up, and it is good. So the lead has been trimmed to 10. And West Virginia receiving a shot in the arm tonight. Scotty Fox is one of the big reasons that Rich Rodriguez and his team have received a shot in the arm. Talk about playing up to your competition. You're toe-to-toe with one of the best quarterbacks in the country tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just look at those numbers and you tell me who's the established kind of quarterback and who's kind of the young gun freshman only making his second start. It looked very comparable. And I think this, listen, we still got a quarter to play here. Anything can happen. West Virginia defensively is playing really well. If they could find a way to create a turnover, we could have a very interesting finish here. But also for a team that the previous 4 weeks had started 4 different quarterbacks, the way that Scotty Fox is playing has got to feel good in terms of maybe moving forward. Again, if you're West Virginia, you play to win tonight, you play to have as much success as you can over the rest of the season. But you also got to start thinking about what is West Virginia 2026 looks like and how do you continue to rebuild this program. And if you got a young quarterback who continues to mature as he has in 1 week, that's positive.
And the Big 12 has celebrated its quarterbacks all season long, and for good reason. But Scotty Fox has not been a member of that quarterback club to no fault of his own. It's really just been opportunity. This evening, he has seized the opportunity. And really, Craig, it's the first game of the season he got the call to start and didn't have to look over his shoulder at all. And that's got a little bit to do with Khalil Wilkins being out because of an injury.
Yeah, Khalil Wilkins got quite a few series, played quite a bit. He's very dynamic as a runner, but Scotty Fox much smoother as a passer.
Kavorian Barnes with just 1 carry tonight, back in the game. He has been banged up. On the 50th play of the night, he goes straight into the line of scrimmage for positive yardage. Carrico on the stop, the Ohio State transfer.
And Barnes, he was big in that win a week ago, the way he ran the football.
Barnes motions wide. Backfield is empty. 2nd and 7 for Hoover. Quick decision. Nice release once again. Kayue with the catch. His first of the night.
Kayue, he's a big part of their run game in terms of the blocker within that tight end group, but as Virginia bring a little bit of pressure, Hoover sees it. Knows where to go and avoid there.
Big first down and a big target for Kayue. 6'6". Barnes churning. Belted down eventually by Israel Boyce. Kendall Briles told us this week, hey, he's almost 100%, and when he's 100%, he is a force.
Just because you can see even there how physical he runs.
4th quarter coming up. 20-10 TCU. A special night tonight in West Virginia. It is a coal rush game honoring the coal miners who are so important to the culture of West Virginia. You see the lights going down, a lot of the blinking lights tonight, those lights representing the guiding light on the helmet of coal miners in West Virginia. Before the season, Ty Edwards and Rich Rodriguez actually went down to the coal mines. A really cool video on WVU.com kind of gets into all of that. But it was so cool to see Ty Edwards, who was injured for the season now. His face, he was so emotional. And the respect they have for these coal miners, and they represent the spirit tonight. A huge play behind the line of scrimmage. Marshawn Oxley.
Oxley gets a tackle, but they just completely changed the line of scrimmage. Great push there, and Oxley coming from the backside to bring him down.
Loss of 9. Third and Huntington. Knocked down, another big play by the defensive backfield of TCU. This time it's Derek Carter.
Carter had a nice play earlier on, doing a good job kind of getting in that lane. Breaking that up, forcing a punt. They said, when we spoke to West Virginia yesterday, they said, specifically Rich Rodriguez, that they felt they had the best week of practice all year long, and it's showing in the way that they are playing tonight.
You hear that often from coaches around college football. It's proving to be true this time. Preston Fox, driven inside his 15-yard line, will call for a fair catch, a 50-yard punt. An electric environment in Morgantown. And Scotty Fox has been able to shine bright under the lights. The freshman came to Morgantown with sky-high expectations, and tonight, in his second career start, he has shown out in the bright lights of the Big 12. 85 high school touchdowns, and tonight he has thrown for 1. Would love to get a second here on this drive. Nine different receivers Fox has found tonight. Clay Ash into the ball game. first down, West Virginia.
They're showing that running back depth, a walk-on, doing a nice job. You see it, pushing the line of scrimmage and cutting back.
Ash from Leesburg, Virginia. Empty backfield. Slinging it to the right side. Weimer with the grab. And Weimer has it knocked away. Give him 21 yards.
Yeah, Weimer is up top on the inside. Nice job. He got plenty of cushion there, and then showing a little bit of stiff arm to fight for some extra yards. That was a player that they felt they needed more out of at the wide receiver position.
Tempo from the Mountaineers. Ash again is taken down by Devin Deal.
Doing a nice job continuing to spread that football around. A lot of different receivers getting involved.
Oh, Fox loses it, and pouncing on it is TCU. For the moment. Now the scrum underneath there will determine who has the football, and it looks like Fox jumped on it. Elarm's oar was right there. Clearly, I thought he had it. He didn't.
Yeah, they've done a nice job there. He just takes off before he finds the hand. Looks like he almost kicks it right to Elam's oar. He's not able to find a handle, and Fox doing a nice job of getting back on top of it.
Mountaineers avert disaster. Can they flip it? Here's Cam Vaughn down the field, and the flag is thrown.
Pass interference. Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Avery Helm, the Florida transfer, draws the flag. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. I mean, it's a little bit underthrown, and he's trying to work back. Doesn't look for the football. You see the left hand as well kind of prevent him. They haven't taken many shots downfield. There they do. And draw the penalty.
Say
Fox, little hocus pocus. He hangs on to it. Run to the short side of the field. The pass was intended for Barrick. Will bring up second down.
Yeah, small little thing there, but tried to use a little misdirection. But just he threw it away. Didn't try to force it.
Second and 10. Fox with the poise tonight pulls the trigger again for Vaughn. His 5th catch of the night, all in the second half. Thrown down by Vernon Glover, 5-yard gain.
I don't know what snack he had at halftime, but it's working. He's come out on fire in the second. That was a great job just snatching that ball out of the air.
There you go. That was Craig Halbert pregame. I had to tell him put a shirt on. Put those guns away. Fox, he's got a howitzer. That was intended for Weimer, knocked away by Helm.
That was a good job there, closing by Helm.
So what do you do here? You got to go for it, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, you're not going to gain much by a punt. I think either you try to see if you can draw them off. I don't know Fox's capabilities and potentially pooch punting here, but
5 wide receivers, empty backfield. 11:44 left in the game. Fox going up top for Vaughn, turns his head around. Incomplete, no flags. Jamel Johnson was in coverage. He has been fired this season and was right there. Fox heads to the sidelines. TCU back at it with the ball when we come. chilly conditions here in West Virginia. We've got our hats on, our sweaters on, and we're trying to keep as warm as we can. Craig's got the coat on. But, man, it is a hot environment. Scotty Fox has been hot, but an injury in the third quarter has brought on the wearing of a knee brace. Let's take another look at exactly when this happened.
Yeah, that was Max Carroll coming off the edge and hit him. And you can see it, he was a little bit kind of moving kind of gingerly the rest of that series. And then when he came off the field, tough to see there, Pete, but he had a knee brace on. But still, you know, listen, until he kind of ran off with it, you didn't really notice. I mean, he still operated pretty smoothly on that previous drive.
Barnes moving the pack forward after a 5-yard gain. Keep in mind, as far as the depth chart is concerned, they have one healthy quarterback left, and that is the transfer from Charlotte, Max Brown. Brown, a former baseball player of Florida.
I think in a point counterpoint here, I think TCU, the 2 games they lost, 10 of their turnovers, 6 came in that game. They've done a really good job tonight of taking care of business in terms of protecting the football. On the flip side, I think for West Virginia, which is valiantly hanging in here, they got to find a way to force one.
That was your key before the game. DJ Rogers.
West Virginia tackling well, just trying to get it out to his tight end. You're going to see number 3 Coates coming up, making that tackle.
5 tackles last week for Coates, a big one there tonight, setting up 3rd and 2. Coming up on 10 minutes left in the final frame. Pete Souza and Craig Hallberg running from West Virginia. The Mountaineers need a stop here. Down 10 points. Trent Battle in the backfield. Quick snap. Close to the first down marker. Officials will give it to him. That direct snap went right in the backfield, and it looks like it was Battle who grabbed it.
Yeah, straight to Battle. You're going to see number 81 tight end leading their way around. Nice job on that left side as well. Getting push, and the Battle just keeps working his way, if I may say, battling forward.
16 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown, and a 46-yard fireworks display thrown in there. 1st and 10. Battle again. Knocked down by Israel Voice.
And that's maybe a little bit of the missing piece of the puzzle for this TCU offense, which could be very good, led by Josh Hoover. But with the remaining schedule left, their sights on Trolls trying to work their way back into that Big 12 title game, is being able to run the football, especially when you got a lead on the road. I think that's something they really signed up. One piece of this offense that they really kind of want to elevate here down this last quarter of the season.
Barnes is back in the game. 94 rushing yards tonight for TCU. Hoover will call Barnes's number. Takes it inside the 45-yard line of West Virginia. 3rd down coming up. Kavorian Barnes, and you touched on it, had 25 carries and 106 yards versus Baylor last week.
A lot of that 100 yards were yards after contact. There was some tough running.
And Hoover now motions into the backfield as it was Barnes by himself for a moment. Swings it out. Rogers breaks the tackle, stays on his feet, is decked out of bounds at the 30. But a 1st down, 16-yard gain.
Yeah, just rolling him out, getting his 2 tight. Remember, that's a play that started. It looked like it was going to be a wildcat. Motioned Hoover, motioned your quarterback back into the backfield, finding the tight end.
And Derek Carter had him into the grips, but couldn't hang on to Rogers, and that was a pivotal conversion. Josh Hoover whips it out to the left side. Major Everhart, who has been a major part of the operation tonight, pulls down his 4th catch.
Well, we've seen, I mean, him and McAllister, I mean, they've got some pieces here of this offense doing a nice job of kind of spreading the ball around.
And Everhart pretty much missed all of last season, was injured in the first game, a road game against Stanford. And Kendall Briles told us yesterday, I want to get this guy the ball. He's a big play guy, and not only does he deserve the opportunity, but he's earned it. This is a team that had to replace all their production at wide receiver after last year, and they've done a pretty good job of it. The running game continues now as we head deep into the 4th quarter, 3rd and 3.
We were talking a little bit earlier how to build a roster. A lot of TCU's built through high school. They had a need at receiver, used the portal to address that receiver position, and it's paying dividends as they've one area where they had to kind of go out and elevate a little bit, bring in, and gotten good production.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes gives you the impression they kind of almost operate like a pro team in that regard, right? They dip into the portal when they need a free agent. 9th play of the drive. And Barnes powers his way to a 1st down. Carrico takes him down, but not after the sticks move.
Yeah, dude, definition right there, running behind your pads. And this is what they need to do, right? So West Virginia's been kind of hanging in there. It's really been difficult, been playing well. You got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter. Notice how they've been able to kind of bleed this drive a little bit, use the run to kind of work their way downfield.
Mountaineers can ill afford a touchdown here for sure. Hoover resets. And Barnes is greeted at the line of scrimmage by a host of Mountaineers. Ooh, Curtis getting into it with Perry. Official step in the middle of it. No flag. You like to see that. So we've got a timeout on the field. We'll step aside. It's a 10-point game. 5 minutes left in the 4th. Almost 40 degrees here in Morgantown, and TCU trying to put this game on ice. They have melted away 6 minutes and 31 seconds of the clock on this current drive, and they've done it with 7 running plays on the drive. There are some of the heaters providing warmth to the players here. Not too bad, but it's that time of year, man, almost Halloween.
It also plays into your metaphor of melting the ice.
I mean, I'm just all about temperatures right now. Here's Josh Hoover. 2nd and 10. Motion from Everhart. He ends up with the football. Strung out behind the line of scrimmage. And the Mountaineers answer the call. Loss of 6. Siders leads the charge.
Yeah, Siders is back there quickly earlier, just kind of bubbled that. And the rest of the defense kind of rally and make that play is facing his 3rd down and talking it over.
The Mountaineers will call another timeout.
They gave away those free lights, and that guy came to his own. Smart.
Well, there have been some outstanding performances around the country as we wait on 3rd and very long, and here are some of them. This is last week, and Monty Quinn. Hello, America.
500 yards, yeah, that's quite a day. It looked like South Florida taking care of business against Florida Atlantic last week. Memphis doing a nice job of coming back, and then Vanderbilt, how about just continuing to roll?
Diego Pavia, a proud Commodore producing the show. I almost didn't want to say it, but I did. John Wilson doing a heck of a job, and these guys doing a heck of a job supporting the team tonight. 3rd and 16. Josh Hoover, pump fakes and breathing right down his neck. First time we get to say his name tonight, Eddie V, Edward Vesterninen. Fourth down, as you see Eddie V from Finland. Call him whatever you want, you know, the Helinski hammer, the Finnish force, the flying fin.
You know, coming from Finland, you're not shocked that he doesn't have any sleeves on. It's just summer.
Another field goal attempt coming for TCU. This one's 41 yards. Would be the longest of the season. And McCaslin rips it. The lead is 13, but it's still a 2-score game.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, victories there for both. TCU able to move the ball downfield, take a lot of time off the clock, be able to run the football a little bit. West Virginia there bowling up at the end, and like you said, keeping it a 2-score game. The problem is just West Virginia really not built for quick strike.
TCU would love to escape this one. You know, if they can sustain here, they go to 6-2, and they have a bye, and they can get ready for that brutal stretch run into November.
Well, we talked about at the top how a year ago, it was a little bit earlier in the season, where they were in a similar situation and wound up kind of fumbling it away with a loss to a 1-4 Houston team. In that game, they came out -4 in turnover margin. Tonight, they've done a really nice job of protecting the football, and big reason why they're in the lead and taking care of business. But West Virginia is saying, we're not going away.
Preston Fox will let it hit the turf. This is a TCU team that has had such an explosive offense, but they have done a terrific job tonight, West Virginia has, of keeping them in check. Not only bend but don't break, but they really have just kept them at bay.
Yeah, they've kind of forced them to earn it. I think the secondary's really made some nice plays and breaking up some big plays.
Saw that yards per game graphic. They're averaging over 415 per clip. TCU is tonight, just 324. Grayson Barnes, another catch for him. That goes for 7 yards. Bud Clark arrives in ill humor. Clock runs. Tempo for the Mountaineers. Bowie beaten to the turf by a couple of Horned Frogs. 6-yard gain. That'll move the chains.
And TCU obviously giving the underneath stuff coming up. He's got to make the tackle.
Fox. Elarm's oar was coming like a heat-seeking missile. And the freshman with the knee brace on after getting dinged around in the third quarter.
See right at the top, right between the guard and tackle, he gets a free shot. Brought more to that side and they could block, and looked like he grabbed the other opposite of the brace. Well, one thing that Rich Rodriguez said about Scotty Fox, he used the word tough when he described him.
Beautiful catch by Bowie, showing off the body control. 17-yard gain. Had to turn around to get it.
Showing the toughness there too, right? Driving, sitting, and a nice, outstanding job by Bowie of adjusting.
Oh, and in and out of the hands. Weimer had it and lost it.
A little bit lucky that Helm was kind of focused on the tackle.
Yeah, and also that it hit the turf, right? I mean, it would have been a short gain and the clock would have kept running. Maybe not the worst case scenario. Fox for Vaughn. Vaughn. The presence of a possible block from Hubbard sprung him for more yardage, 15 yards overall.
Yeah, it was nice by Hubbard, just kind of getting in the way, shielding for the extra pickup.
One timeout left for West Virginia. Inside of 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the fourth quarter. TCU up 13. Scotty Fox on a mission. Pump fake. Pulls the trigger. Going deep. Weimer. Give him 6. A 28-yard touchdown. And the Mountaineers and Scotty Fox say don't go anywhere.
The jump from start 1 to start 2 is just so stark for Scotty Fox in a way he has played. And for TCU, which kind of squandered a lead a week ago and had to really kind of claw to hold on against Baylor, now in the same situation.
I mean, that drive is unheard of for West Virginia this season. 7 plays, 75 yards, 1 minute and 33 seconds, and a ball game. Flag down on the extra point. That was good. Officials huddle up. And here's Kevin Marr. And there's the band. Scotty Fox and the troops feeling it. Fox on the night, over 300 yards, obviously a career best. 28 of 41, 301, 2
Illegal
touchdowns.
formation, defense number 92. Now penalties decline. The extra point is good.
So 3:15 left, 1 timeout. What say you, Craig Holbert, about a possible onside? Or
I'm thinking here, because you remember TCU came up on the short end of an onside a week ago. Baylor kicked an onside and got it. You know, and we just saw the previous drive how TCU was able to, a little over 6 minutes, be able to take time off. Now, a week ago, it was directed at Manjack, who lost the handle on it. And Baylor was able to recover it, excuse me.
And Manjack is out there again. Here we go. Onside kick is down. Who's got it? The Horned Frogs say they do. Mountaineers say it's ours. They battle for it.
I think TCU had initially, we'll see, you never know what goes on at the bottom of the pile. TCU initially had jumped on it.
Now a West Virginia player out of the scrum with the football, and they'll say the Mountaineers have it. Bogle had it. Check that, TCU with the football.
Yeah, this is well executed. It's going to go almost like 10.5 yards, and they're going to hit it right as it goes. I didn't see which TCU player that was, had enough wherewithal to kind of see it bounce forward and fall on top of it.
Well, one official signaled West Virginia football, but now they huddle up.
Yeah, see, Battle clearly is on top of it initially.
Clock operator, please put 3:14 on the game clock.
Yeah, I mean, like it's.
And the crowd in shock.
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk about in polite circles what goes on in the bottom of those things, but it was clear that Battle had gotten on top of it. But it was well executed. They certainly gave themselves a chance. West Virginia, as you mentioned, with the 1, but also the 2-minute timeout as well.
So close for West Virginia. And now TCU will look to salt this one away. The Mountaineers have 1 timeout left. And that 2-minute stoppage.
Got to attack the football.
No turnovers tonight so far. Hoover in shotgun formation. The direct snap went to Battle.
False start. Offense number 81. 5-yard penalty.
So we know West Virginia can put the pedal to the metal now and get it done fast.
Here was Bowie with a nice job on the adjustment, making that catch. Did go back out to the side. Doing a nice job with the run after catch, and then a little pump fake there going down, and a beautiful dropping it in to Weimer. And a big drive when West Virginia needed it, would go for the onside, come up just short.
In under 1 minute and 40 seconds, they went right down the field. That was 70 plays for 75 yards. And now a 1st and 15 for TCU. Josh Hoover, cool hand Luke in shotgun formation. Hands it to Battle, who's closing in on 100 yards, a career high on the night. Give him 86 on 18 carries. Final timeout taken by West Virginia.
And they'll get the 1 more there with the timeout. But do you see Battle when he was in there? Most importantly, 2 hands on the football. But that penalty really gave West Virginia kind of a little bit of a shot. It's going to be hard to pick up a first now. They got some of that back, but they're still on 2nd down, a little bit just past the chains.
.308 left. 2nd and 11 coming up. Ball on the West Virginia 45. TCU 102 rushing yards on the night. Battle with 85 and Barnes with 27. Battle has gotten the lion's share, 18 carries. Battle pinballs across the 40-yard line. They'll have to run a play before the 2-minute stoppage. 3rd and 7. Sink or swim time for the Mountaineers.
Conventional wisdom would be say you keep it on the ground here. But Hoover is such a smooth operator that I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if they kind of let him throw something underneath here. See if they can't pick up the first down or get it to a 4th and short.
No turnovers tonight for either team. Keep your eye on Fred Perry. He's forced 7 career fumbles. And a quick timeout is taken by TCU. As Josh Hoover darts over to Kendall Briles.
That play clock was about to go and cannot give any marching backwards yards.
Well, we came into this game talking about how TCU could not afford to let this one slip away. And there are the Big 12 conference standings. You see TCU right now at 2-2. BYU with a huge win today against Iowa State. They remain unblemished.
TCU still with BYU on their schedule, still with Houston on their schedule, and still with Cincinnati on their schedule. So,
and Houston up 10-0 on Arizona State in the desert. But right now, our focus is locked on the situation right here in Morgantown. 3rd and 7. Empty backfield. Listen to this crowd. Hoover slings it to the left side. McAllister with the catch, loses the football. And falling on it somehow, some way is TCU.
Everhart, it just bounced to him. It was almost like he had a tracking device. They do let him put it up in the air here, working upfield. Great job punching that out. It goes right to Everhart.
Darian Lewis poked it free. And Major Everhart pounces on it.
Not surprising, they let him put it in the air underneath, and whew.
Wow. 6-point game, 2 minutes left. TCU looking to put it on ice. 23-17, 2 minutes left, and it seems to be all academic for Rich Rod and the Mountaineers right now, as time is certainly not on their side. Rich Rodriguez, son of a coal miner. His grandfather also a coal miner, and this is such a special coal rush night tonight and homecoming, and West Virginia certainly has represented tonight, Craig.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they love football here, and this was a 2-win team coming into tonight, and still got this stadium pretty close to full. A lot of excitement, and they responded. Listen, he was unhappy with the way they performed last week, not only in their loss, but in the effort that they showed. They turned that around the way they played tonight, and I think you got to also feel good about, after so much change at the quarterback position, the way your freshmen played. I think certainly feel like, all right, now you can go 3 weeks with the same quarterback and continue to build, because the jump that Scotty Fox made from last week to this week is he didn't even look like the same player.
Remarkable. And he got a lot of help too, because you know, changes were made obviously by Rich Rodriguez and the staff to protect him better, take care of him, maybe a little more emphasis on the run. But for TCU, hey, you had a job to do, and you could not slip tonight before your bye, and you did a great job of focusing on. That's what happened last year. Sonny Dykes told us they lost to a 1-4 Houston team and spiraled, and now they head into the bye feeling pretty good about themselves. You win on the road, ugly or not, it's a win.
Yeah, it's a win. It's always better to correct things on a win, and as you mentioned, you get a bye before they head into a really kind of almost destiny-defining type end to their schedule with some of the teams that they played. They took care of the football. They were able to run the football at one point in the fourth quarter and be able to take a lot of time off the clock as well and really kind of control things and get the win. They probably made it a little bit more dicey and harrowing than Sonny Dykes would have liked at times, but as you mentioned, Pete, they got the W.
So Sonny Dykes gets the W, and Rich Rodriguez does not want to hear about moral victories, but I feel like they certainly got one tonight. What is next for this TCU team?
Listen, getting healthy over the bye and then getting ready for that stretch. Listen, they got a chance. With BYU, with Houston, with some of these teams that they're going to play, they can certainly climb their way back into that Big 12 picture. And when you got that guy, Josh Hoover, leading the way, you are certainly dangerous.
Hoover, 24 of 39 on the night, 247, 1 touchdown, no interceptions, totally efficient. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the freshman Scotty Fox, 28 of 41, 301 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. We got our money's worth tonight. The final score, TCU 23, West Virginia 17. For Craig Halbert and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Pete Sousa, wishing you a good night from Morgantown.